All right, good afternoon. This is Mike Hudgeons. I'm the principal at Sylvan Hills Middle School. We're going to take you on a virtual tour of our building with our new staff members because they've not gotten to tour our building either. If you think of some questions that don't get addressed today, if you would, email them to me and I'll do my best to answer them at a later date. So we're going to start on the far end of the building. We're in the cafeteria right now. This is where your kids will come for breakfast and lunch. It's also where we dismiss in the evenings for bus riders. We dismiss out of this area and the buses load in the loop at the end of the building. So I've got about 15 new staff members. We're going to take a walk, and Mr. Jones and his camera, they're going to get in front of us so that they can keep up. All right. So our building centers around a long main central hallway. All right, so off of this main hallway, you have 5 pods. Each pod is just a group of classrooms. As we're walking here, the 3 to the left-hand side of the building are grade level pods. With the yellow paint, gold paint is 6th grade pod. Further down the hall is green, that's 7th grade pod. At the far end of the building and some orange paint is the 8th grade pod. On the other end of the building, on the other side of the building, there's 2 pods. One to the right here as we are getting to it is the fine arts pod. That's art, choir, band are all centered in that hallway. And then on the other side of the media center, there's another pod that's got career technical, computers, a couple of special ed rooms, and some various other things. Each pod is just a big horseshoe. So once you get in, if you keep walking, you're going to come out back into this main hallway just further down. So once you get in, you can't get lost. Just keep walking and you'll come back out. Okay? All right, we're going to go into the 6th grade pod, Mr. Jones. The cool thing about the grade level pods, they're all laid out the same way. So once you understand one, you understand all. So the rooms are numbered. In the 6th grade pod, they're 600s. In the 7th grade pod, they're 700s. In the 8th grade pod, they're 800s. It's not complicated at all. The rooms are numbered from 1 here in numerical order all the way around the horseshoe till I think 22 is the last one. So once your kids get accustomed to where their rooms are, it's really easy. For the 6th grade pod, nearly all of their core classes will be in this area. They don't have far to go at all. For math, science, English, social studies, it's all going to be centrally located. Question that 6th graders always have is about lockers. In this year of COVID, not something we're going to deal with this year. We're not assigning lockers at all. Kids will carry backpacks with their things in them. We're asking the kids to have clear or mesh backpacks. So we're turning the corner from 6A. We're going to go down 6C, which is the back of the hallway. And so you have a student restroom, girls. Then the next room is a science lab, and then you have student restroom for boys. And if you're kind of following along with the room numbers, we're at 12. So once you hit 12, you're turning the corner. And the rooms on this side will go from 13 to like 22, I think is the last number. And the cool thing about this is it all lays out the same. So our 6th graders from last year, this year's 7th graders, should be able to transition to 7th grade and know exactly where everything is, because that room in the 7th grade hallway is 716. And in the 8th grade hallway, it's 816. Nothing changes. Going to be computer lab type rooms. So 617, 717, 817 are big, well-equipped computer rooms, computer labs. The door to the left of that is 618. Those are what we call seminar rooms or meeting rooms. 618 and 818 still are. 718 we had to take over and use as a classroom. So it's different. But 618 and 818 we still use for meeting rooms. As we come out of the 6B hallway here, we're going to be directly across from the counselor's office. So if you have issues with schedules, grades, things like that, counselor's office is where you're going to need to go to. We had 3 full-time counselors, 1 for each grade level, 6, 7, 8. And we also have a part-time counselor that works with us 2 days a week. And we're going to continue on down the main hall. If you, again, as we said, you walk the horseshoe, you come back out into the main hallway. So this is our foyer. Just to the right here is our SRO, our school resource officer. That's his office, Officer Brown. You'll get to meet him probably later this week. Just to the right here is the Library Media Center. That's where you're going to deal with Chromebooks, checking out books, all those sorts of things. Ms. Dudek will help you there. Obviously, the main office. That's point of first contact on everything. That's where parents are going to check in and come in. They're not allowed to be anywhere else in the building until they've come through there first. Kids checking in can't just come in the gym and say they're here. They have to come through here first. And we'll get 6th graders who don't know that, and we'll teach them. Okay? From the outside here, this is a good thing for them to know. Outside door here, there is a button, because that door's got a mag lock on it. You can't get it open until you press the button. There is a sign right there on the door that says, press the button and pull the door at the same time. But primarily it's for your Chromebook. When you've forgotten to charge it last night, you got an option here to charge it. There's also 6 or 7 more of these in the library.
But we only got a few minutes in passing, so can I leave it there during this one class that I know I'm not going to use it?
Yeah, that's what it's here for. All right, so we're going to walk on up a little bit. We'll skip the 7th and the 8th grade pods, because once you've seen the 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade are the same. We're going to take the career tech pod this time, and then we'll end up in the gym, and that'll be our tour. If you got any questions, we'll do them at the gym. And then, Mr. Jones, if any of your parents on the video have questions, they can email them to me, and I'll address them. Okay? All right, so just past, some of your kids are going to ask this question because this room doesn't fit with the numbering scheme everywhere else. Miss Bowe's room right here, Miss Bowe who just did your presentation, her room is right here next to the library. It's room 325. Kids will walk by it, ask him where room 325 is, because they can't find it, because we've taught them, we've trained them. You got a 600, a 700, an 800, 300 doesn't compute. They don't know where it is. So we have to point this out, especially the first 2 or 3 days, because they will get lost. And they will walk by her room, come to the office, and ask us where the room is.
Mr. Hudgeons, do the numbers, please.
All right, it's really simple. It's not the way I probably would have set it up, but it's the way it is. So if you started in the gym, and you're coming down the left-hand side, the first pod is 200s. This little circle of rooms right here is 300s. The next pod down, the fine arts pod, is 400s. 500s got lost in the mix somewhere. I don't know where. Then it goes 6, 7, 8. So you got 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right. All right, we're going to walk on. Here comes our fantastic custodial crew. Been working hard all summer to get us ready to go. Mr. Jones and his crew. Y'all on camera now, you gotta wave. Show out, Officer D. Officer D representing the Cowboys. All right, so we're gonna take a right here. This is the 200 pod. This pod is primarily career technical. It also has our CBI room because that has access to the parking lot so that our parents can drop their children off without being in the general traffic flow. That room is right here. They drop off here every morning. They exit from here every evening. And then all these rooms through here are oversized rooms with labs, kitchens, robots, all kinds of neat stuff. So you got a computer room here with Miss Sears. You got another computer room with Miss Jackson, career development room with Miss Jackson. Family consumer science here with kitchens and washing machines and stoves and things like that with Miss Raspberry. To the left here is the robotics lab. That's Mr. Andy Jones's room. Project Lead the Way stuff. You got a normal classroom here with Miss Wright. And then we're going to turn the corner and we're going to be out of this one. These pods on the side are smaller. Now, all right, so that basically takes us through 2/3 of the building. To the left here would be the 8th grade pod, which just looks just like the 6th grade and the 7th grade. To the right are going to be our gymnasiums. You've got a main gym and an auxiliary gym. Our main gym is big enough we could put our entire student body in there. It's crowded, but we can do it. 1,200 kids will fit. Locker areas here for ladies. Locker areas down this other hallway for guys. I'm gonna go ahead and open the gym. There's the door to the main gym. This is our game gym. It also houses PE classes and whatnot. If we ever get past COVID where we can have big assemblies, here's where we would do it. It's where we play home volleyball, home basketball, pep rallies, if that ever becomes a thing again. Auxiliary gym right next door houses PE class and extra practice space. And so that's our building. Doesn't seem quite as big when you walk it like that.